But it's lovely, and now we're on the eve of returning to the dump that we live in, and I'm not really thrilled.
Yeah.
I'm really, I could make a go of it here. There's an ashtray on the
Oh, okay.
thing.
Sorry.
I'm covered. How about you worry about you?
Okay.
Worry about the sound levels. I could make a go of it here, man. I'm kind of bummed to leave. I mean, as we're here, the country of origin, our country of origin, is just, it's a deeply schizophrenic place. There's a real darkness there that can only be truly appreciated when you leave. Now, I'm sure this place would get boring after a while because, I don't know, it lacks some of that. But for right now, for the moment, I mean, I'm kind of dreading going back to America. The food here is good. Like, you don't feel like you're dying when you eat. They don't have sugar in everything. They don't have like plastics in the bread. Like the just hormones, the GMOs, the manipulated shit that we eat. They got fast food here. They put it all on like one street. It's not every 5 feet. Things aren't open at 2 a.m. to get a full meal. The lifts are smaller, which is elevator for you fucking American scumbags. You don't know what I'm talking about. The streets are smaller. I mean, you just, it's being fat is not really tolerated. It's not tolerated. And you get it. There's no big and tall stores. There's none of that. You can't get anything. I mean, it's like we drove an hour to some store. I thought it'd be like a DXL. It was called Bad Rhino. Think of that. It was called Bad Rhino. And it was not even a full store. It was just like a few shirts in a fat women's store in a shitty mall. An hour and a half out of London. And I get it. They're like, let's not celebrate that. I mean, I'm completely for that, by the way. They're like, let's not make it easy. We don't want it to be. They had a DXL here, an American fat store. They closed it down because, it's not permitted. And if you go further into Europe, like Paris or something, I mean, or if you go to Scandinavia, God help you. But I mean, we're staying at the Mandarin Oriental, which is one of the greatest hotels in the world, if not the greatest. It's absolutely stunning. And the building next to us is the famed One Hyde Park, where, it's the most expensive residential building in the world. The penthouse is on the market right now for 296 million pounds, and I might make an offer. I don't know. I don't know if I will or not. But it's a building full of Russian oligarchs, and I believe maybe the Candy brothers who developed it. They might be in business with the Qataris, I think, and it's just lovely. It's just lovely, and nobody's there, and nobody's ever home, and there's very few lights on. Because the best neighbors are not home. I mean, that's something that, people don't realize, but that's why in all these really rich areas, you have a great situation because the best neighbors are always off somewhere doing a genocide. Like they're not home. They're not there to complain. You don't have awkward run-ins with them outside. You don't have to suffer through small talk with people who are driving past you in their Lamborghini to go into a bulletproof glass garage. All of their mail is getting sent through an X-ray machine. They're being guarded by the equivalent of British Special Forces. None of those people, oddly enough, want to tell you what they think about everything. But I've lived in lots of areas where people cannot get enough of your time. What's nice about Russian oligarchs, sheiks, people from the United Arab Emirates, Chinese amusement park tycoons, people, Russian gangsters in the fertilizer business, Indian mining magnates, Brazilian mining magnates. Maybe it's Brazil that has the mines. I don't know. But like, what's really nice about them is they really keep their opinions to themselves. They don't even want you to know that they are your neighbor. What a lovely idea. Now, there's a premium to live in a building like that. There's one flat on sale. Flat means apartment for you American non-healthcare having scum suckers that I have to see tomorrow. But flat is an apartment. And there's one flat on sale for $5 million. Don't think I didn't call my business manager. We can't do it. It's too out of range. But and then the next one up is $17 million. But that is the premium that you pay. That is the premium that you pay to live in a building where people don't want you to know they also live there. Could there be a better arrangement? Seriously, could there be a better arrangement in life than living in essentially a hotel for billionaire criminals? They keep to themselves. They don't bother you. They don't, what do you think about the game, huh? What do you think about these trans kids in the schools? They don't get into that. Right from the Lambo to the apartment, that's it. They're not just going off on whatever the issue of the day is. They don't get on a soapbox. They're not trying to be heard. They're not getting you in the hallway. Did you see Tucker? What they're doing now is they're making kids transition in gym class. See, you can get away from all that. I mean, that is the answer. It is the only answer. And, people are going to get mad at me again. They're going to go, well, how am I supposed to live in one Hyde Park? Well, that's not my problem. I can't manage your life. I can't even live there. I'm just saying, as things go, as goals go, it's a much better situation for someone like me who's just a little tired of people's opinions. I'm a little tired of the unsolicited opinions of friends, neighbors, family, coworkers. I am now seeing the value in the type of privacy that can only be attained by living with dictators who have a healthy degree of paranoia, because many people want revenge on them for the things they've done. It's a nice place to live. It's a lovely. And then, I like the guy from The Spectator who came to the thing. He's very sweet. But, he's shitting on one Hyde Park. And that guy lives in what, Putney or Scumsbury? Hey, shut up. Like, what are you talking about? He's like, oh, you can't live there. Oh, Knightsbridge, why would you want to live there? Hey, shut up. And I like him. But let's get real. If I come to London, and I may, this is the only spot for me. I can't live anywhere else. Harrods is such a great fucking store. I don't fit in anything. I went to Christian Dior, and I said, I'll spend any amount of money. Do you have a 3X? And she said she did. Let me tell you right now, the 3X would not have fit you. I went into the dressing room with the 3X. It was like, putting that on, it was like I was on ayahuasca. Shapes were changing. I couldn't get my bearings. I'd stepped into another realm. I felt like I was on I didn't know. My hands looked bigger and smaller. I was trying to fit into this 3X, and it was mortifying, and it was terrible. Because the UK 3, it's different than America. It's very different, the sizes here. And finally, I came out, and of course, I didn't come out wearing it because I would have looked absurd. I came out, and I was like, oh, you only have it navy blue. I wanted it in brown. And she's like, we don't have it in brown. I'm like, thank God. And I just ran out of there. But our agent likes Harrods, which is interesting because he's plus size. And I wouldn't think he'd like Harrods, but then you go, they have 3 food courts in Harrods. So I go, oh, they're also selling ribeyes and sticky toffee pudding. So I get why he likes it. But, this is just a place for me. I've had enough. Ben's watched the Masters for the last 10 hours. it's a lovely place to be, and then then you just keep checking Twitter in America, and everybody's fighting about Disney. People are just screaming. There's people outside of Disney with the 10 Commandments. So, again, I think I want to get citizenship somewhere else. No, I'm dead serious. I want to get citizenship somewhere else. I don't think it works out, and I kind of don't want to be a part of it anymore, whatever it is, on both sides. On the side where it's like they think every teacher's a groomer trying to fuck their fat children, and on the other side of like we should let 3-year-olds, cut their dicks off in the middle of math. On both sides, I can no longer participate in my country. I really don't even want to. It's become an embarrassment to live there. It's become an embarrassment to live in a country where many of our major streets are lined with tents that people live in, but all of the headlines are about when hotels are going to open in space.